Guns, violence, the unforgettable look of Monument Valley, they're all the features of a classic Hollywood Western. Through to around 1960s, this is what classic Westerns consisted of, and on a very basic and real level. The idea was to uphold the American history behind the Western era in the eyes of Americans, but after the 1960s, this changed with the beginning of what is known as spaghetti westerns. Sergio Leone, a pioneer of this genre, created many films in the time following it, one of which was his debut of the genre, A Fistful of Dollars, in 1964. These introduced many changes to the original iconography while retaining some of the greater aspects of the genre. But what are these changes, and how do they affect the genre? To understand that, we first have to know exactly what a spaghetti western entails. Christopher Frayling suggests that this genre is a deeper look and commentary on American history, which in turn becomes an exaggeration on some Hollywood western tropes. A lot of this can be seen in the 1964 film A Fistful of Dollars, and one I'd like to go in depth with is the gunslinger. In many classic westerns, this character would be considered a marshal, sheriff, or in some position of lawful power, whereas in spaghetti westerns such as this, Clint Eastwood's character is quite literally a man with no name. This could be to go against what the protagonist would normally stand for in a film like this, as Paul Smith assesses. One reason the genre itself may have been born was despite the racist culture of America, and this could be why the sheriff and other lawmen of the town are corrupt. In Hollywood films, they're always the hero. The gunslinger is a staple of classic Hollywood westerns. In these films, however, they're usually a man of law. But this has changed in spaghetti westerns. The gunslinger no longer has to be a man of law, and in many cases, he or she is not. However, like Warshaw observes, they still stand for the same themes. The western hero is a figure of repose. His melancholy comes from the simple recognition that life is unavoidably serious. This is something that carries from Hollywood to spaghetti. Hollywood western iconography, though, has been flipped from a lawman to a no-named man, who can fight for whatever he or she sees right. As in A Fistful of Dollars, Eastwood's character doesn't just fight for one side, nor one cause, and he's not bound by law. This is also tied in with the theme of violence in these films. The Hollywood western genre is often considered a remix or evolution of the gangster genre, and with this, violence is bound to come with. It's an iconic and crucial part of the genre, but like many parts of the western, it has been exaggerated into the spaghetti western. Fights no longer consist of the position of power. They aren't these down-to-earth gunfights where death means everything. In these spaghetti westerns, Leone has changed all of that. Violence, as seen in A Fistful of Dollars, is comic. Anyone, even a man with no name, can come in and shoot as they please. Violence like this is ever present throughout these films. Very excessive, very comical, and again, can easily be seen as a social commentary on the American history behind the real Western times. The spaghetti western is a genre that has grown from the roots of older genres to become its own. It incorporates a lot of original aspects of the genre like western and gangster, but with exaggeration on the iconographic elements of these like violence, the gunslinger, and the gun. It becomes a genre in itself, whether it was about the racism of the past, or just a way to create.